Somewhere in your kitchen, something sweet is probably within arm's reach. A piece of fruit, a cookie, a soda. You don't think about it. You just reach for it. But the real answer to why you crave that sweetness is far stranger than you'd expect. Your ancestors didn't have sugar, not the white granules in your pantry. For almost the entirety of human history, sweetness was rare, precious, sometimes dangerous to chase. So what did they actually eat? And why does your brain still respond to sugar like it just found treasure? For roughly 2 million years, the human diet was built around what could be found, dug up, or chased down. Most calories came from plants, roots, tubers, nuts, wild fruits, when in season, which rarely lasted more than a few weeks a year. Meat mattered too, but it wasn't daily. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham, who studies the evolutionary role of cooking, has argued that cooked food, not meat alone, allowed human brains to grow larger. Cooking breaks down tough fibers, making more calories available per bite. Before fire, digestion took enormous effort. After fire, that saved energy could go elsewhere, like growing a bigger brain. Here's where it gets strange. Sugar, real concentrated sugar, barely existed in the natural world your ancestors lived in. Honey was the closest thing, rare, defended by stinging insects, often high in trees. Getting it meant real risk for real reward. So when early humans did find something sweet, what happened in their brains? They lit up, hard. Sweetness in nature is a signal. It usually means ripe fruit, which means fast, usable energy. Your brain evolved to treat that signal as urgent because, for most of human history, calories were never guaranteed. A sweet taste meant don't think, just eat, because tomorrow this might be gone. That wiring never got an update. Researcher Sarah Leibowitz at Rockefeller University spent years studying how taste and reward systems interact, showing that sugar activates dopamine pathways similar to other powerfully reinforcing stimuli. Your brain doesn't know that sugar now sits in a bowl on your counter, unlimited, every day. It still reacts like that bowl is a rare jackpot. Your environment changed in centuries, your biology didn't. So what did ancient humans actually eat to fill the gap sugar fills for you now? Mostly starches, roots and tubers, slow-burning carbohydrates that digest gradually rather than flooding the system all at once. Wild grains ground between stones long before anyone called it flour. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham found that tubers may have been a critical fallback food, especially in dry seasons. Reliable, boring, life-saving. Insects, too. Across many traditional societies today, insects provide meaningful protein and fat. Termites, grubs, locusts in season. Not a novelty, a staple. Fat was treasured even more than meat in many foraging societies. Bone marrow, organ meat. These were often eaten before muscle meat because fat carries more calories per gram than anything else in the wild. A hunter wasn't prized for the size of an animal, but for how much fat it carried. Notice what's missing. No candy, no refined flour, no fruit juice concentrated into syrup, nothing engineered for maximum sweetness with minimum effort. And yet your brain reacts today to a candy bar exactly the way an ancestor's brain reacted to a rare cluster of wild honeycomb. Maximum reward. Eat it now. Don't overthink it. Nutrition scientist Barry Popkin, who studies the nutrition transition, has tracked how quickly diets shifted once refined sugar became cheap and widely available, especially across the 20th century. Roughly 100 years, 2 million years of scarcity-adapted brains, meeting 1 century of abundance. Your body has no mechanism that says, this is too much sugar, stop. Why would it? In the environment your brain evolved for, there was no such thing as too much sugar. There was only not enough. So when you feel that pull towards something sweet, even when you're not hungry, you're not weak, you're not broken, you're running ancient software in an environment it was never designed for. Every time you walk past a vending machine and feel that small tug, that's a survival instinct, millions of years old, firing exactly as designed. It's just firing in a world made of gas stations instead of forest canopies and beehives. Your cravings aren't a personal failure, they're a fossil, a piece of deep history, still alive, still running, inside your own skull every single day. So the next time you reach for something sweet without thinking, pause for half a second. You're shaking hands with an ancestor who once climbed a tree, risked a swarm of bees, and considered it worth it. For them, that moment of sweetness was rare, earned, almost sacred. For you, it's sitting in a bowl on the counter, and somewhere in your kitchen, something sweet is still within arm's reach.